What is going on, bro Looney Tube? I know, it's been a fat minute since you've heard me utter those words. Fat minute since I've posted. Wait, no pun intended with this reaction video. But to make up for my little sabbatical, I am dropping this long ass reaction video to the Jillian Michaels versus body positivity movement, Jubilee, whatever. This video is almost 2 hours long and y'all know I like to yap, so I'm genuinely concerned with how long this video is going to be. But after my little hiatus, you guys deserve a full feature film length type video. I genuinely do want to lock in on here. I know I said that in my last video and then disappeared for 2 months, but I mean it this time, for real. Sorry, I know I sound like a toxic ex once again, making false promises, but just subscribe, turn on those post notifications, you'll see. You'll see. I'm back on my grind, okay? Let's get into this video though. First reaction video ever, so hopefully I do this correctly. I just spent like an hour making sure OBS was set up correctly. And if you're new here, let me drop some credentials before I start giving commentary on this video so you don't think I'm just some jacked douchebag lesbian who does not know ball about being obese, okay? No PhD here or anything like that. Very surprising, I know. But about 5 years ago, I was in fact obese. Yeah, I lost 70 pounds naturally while putting a decent amount of muscle on my frame, also naturally. Then about 2 years after my initial weight loss, I regressed 30 pounds because of a lot of stress that was going on in my life. I am a chronic binge eater. Food has always been my coping mechanism whenever I'm stressed, depressed, any negative emotion. My mind is like, yo, give me some food for dopamine now. It's why I got fat, it's why I regressed, and it's been something I've basically struggled with my entire life. For the past 2.5 years or so, I have just been on and off binge eating, and I've just been under an immense amount of stress for a long time. Especially since I moved back in August, it got so bad to the point where I was like, I need to try a GLP. This is my last resort. I tried everything under the sun to try and heal my binge eating, including therapy, which works for a lot of people, didn't work for me. But since taking a low dose of GLP starting in October, I have been binge free. It is awesome. My quality of life is so much better. And right now I'm still technically on a low dose, but once I finish my cut, I don't think I need it anymore. I don't even think I necessarily need it right now, but I'm just waiting till I finish the cut. I firmly believe my brain has been rewired because since October, I've had to go on like 2 or 3 week breaks from taking it because I was either at home, I couldn't bring it with me traveling, so like the dose had left my system and I still didn't binge. I think my brain is rewired to a certain extent, but my relationship with food has improved immensely and I feel the best I've ever felt. Now, the reason why I included all that information is because I really want to emphasize that I understand why people get fat and remain fat and why people binge. Like, I get it. I don't think that everyone who gains a bunch of weight is lazy or undisciplined to a certain extent, okay? I will say though, I was never at a point when I was obese or when I was regressing. There was no point where I was like, I don't know why I'm fat. It must be all these external factors. I couldn't possibly be eating too much. I knew when I was getting fat. I knew when I was regressing, obviously, because I was binging. I knew what was going on. I love food. And ain't nothing wrong with that to an extent, but there is a lot wrong with being morbidly obese. I will say that. When I hit 200 pounds at 5'6", I was like, enough is enough. My wake-up call was I could not put up my leg to tie my shoe when I sat down because my humongous stomach was getting in the way. So TLDR, I draw the line at someone lacking self-awareness and making excuses that negate the science of calories in, calories out. That's where I draw the line. So this video will be very interesting to react to. I'm going in basically completely raw. I did see some clips on Instagram, but that's about it. I like stopped myself from watching through because I was like, I want to get my raw and authentic review or whatever reaction to the video. And when I announced I was doing this, a lot of y'all said, oh, be ready. Oh, be ready. That video's a headache. A lot of y'all said you couldn't finish it and you were waiting for my video to drop so you could finish it. So I'm gonna take one for the team and we're gonna get into this video. All right, let's get into it. I got my bevs, got some electrolytes in here, and then I've got an ice cream sundae, 0 sugar. Y'all think I'm fucking disgusting for this one, but I don't care. It's so good. Oh, by the way, I know some people have some problems with Jillian Michaels. I don't know why. Something about The Biggest Loser, something about her being problematic, potentially abusive. I don't know, but I'm not taking any of that into account when I'm watching this, okay? So Gen Z, don't even try to cancel bro Looney.
Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem? Honey, that's cute.
Okay.
That it should be against the law to discriminate against people based on their body size.
Unquestionably.
So why don't we see more fitness and wellness advocates asking for that?
I'm happy to ask for it. I'll ask for it right now. I didn't know that you thought I wasn't for it.
Am I supposed to be, see, this is my first time reacting. Am I supposed to be reacting to this right now, 15 seconds in? I don't know. As a fitness influencer, I'm supposed to be advocating for people to not be discriminated against for their body size? I mean, what are we discriminating? Let me just get into the damn video. I shouldn't react to any of this intro stuff.
Ask for it right now. I didn't know that you thought I wasn't for it.
I wasn't allowed to have a ding dong. When I came home and I said, I want ding dongs in my lunch. You know what my mom bought me? Low-fat ding dongs.
Okay, but she got you a low-fat ding dong. She wasn't like, you get an orange and that's it.
There's more to life than trying to lose weight. That's what body positivity has given me.
Are Americans fat phobic and obsessed with unrealistic beauty standards, or has the body positivity movement normalized unhealthy habits and lifestyles? I'm John Regalado,
Yes to both,
and today we're going to have a
perhaps?
debate about what it means to be healthy.
Hi, I'm Jillian Michaels. I'm a fitness expert and a health advocate, and today I am surrounded by 20
Okay, obviously this isn't a reaction, but I low-key have like a special place in my heart for Jillian Michaels. Sorry if she's problematic. I know she's problematic. I just don't know what she did, so I'm sorry. But like my mom used to watch her tapes all the time. She used to work out at home and it would always be Jillian Michaels on the TV. And my mom fucked with her. That's the only reason I know who she is because she was on the TV all the time when I was young as hell.
My first surrounded claim is that obesity is not healthy, and pretending it is puts lives at risk.
Yes, I agree.
If you want to be the first debater, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Edie.
Nice to meet you,
I'm an
Edie.
eating disorder therapist. I'm gonna do my best to not use
Edie?
the O word because I find it
Oh my gosh, this is the clip I saw.
So I'm gonna use fat-bodied as we talk.
Okay.
Do you understand why people find it harmful and triggering?
Overweight and obese is literally just having too much body fat. It has nothing to do with the quality of the person.
This is the one clip I saw. If when I was obese, someone called me fat-bodied, I would be body slamming them with my fat body. No, I find that more offensive than obese. What?
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Are we gonna debate the claim?
Yeah,
Or
I just
are
wanted
we
to.
Gonna,
Yeah, I wanted to clarify though the
are
language.
we gonna pretend like I'm a 3 and you're my mommy?
I'm sorry, I like her. I'm sorry for whatever she's done. I don't know what she did, okay? But like, I'm just in this debate, I'm already liking her.
Telling me how to talk.
Wow.
Oh, bro, she just called it like it is. She's talking to her like a 3-year-old. We don't say obese, we say fat-bodied. Stop talking to me like I'm 3. Oh, girl, relax. Like, she's already eating y'all up.
Okay.
Okay.
So the claim that you're saying is that it is inherently unhealthy to live in a fat body.
It's inherently unhealthy to have excess body fat, yes.
Okay. Where are you getting that information from?
All right, let me read this fact check. According to World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, excess body fat at levels classified at obesity is associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, high blood pressure, and premature death. However, body fat is not the only determinant of health. Physical activity, diet quality, and metabolic markers also play major roles. Well, yes, but your diet quality when you are obese is not a high quality diet. You're in a constant caloric surplus, and I doubt you are eating mostly whole foods and being obese/morbidly obese. Okay.
There are dozens of MRT trials that show having excess body fat. Dozens is causal, not correlated.
Oh, no, that's not true. There is no disease that just fat-bodied people get.
I didn't say that.
I hate this claim. And like for you to be an expert, what does she say? She's a therapist, so okay. But of course, being fat doesn't make you a certain sickness. It doesn't just like grant you a certain sickness, but it makes you more prone to things. Like if you have cancer, you are way more likely to reap more harmful effects of a common cold than someone who doesn't have cancer, which is why you need to be careful around individuals going through chemo or with cancer, because they're just more prone to getting sick from minor things compared to someone without cancer. It's just like, yeah, okay, obesity doesn't grant you a certain sickness necessarily, but it also makes you more susceptible to getting certain other negative health effects.
I didn't say that. But obesity lends itself to all-cause mortality across the board. Have you heard of something called adiposopathy? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you know it means literally sick fat. And you understand how it works? Okay, tell me how it works.
So it's additional layer of fat in the stomach area.
No,
She thinks we're talking about visceral fat.
that's not what it is. When we eat too much food that has energy that we're not utilizing, the body needs to put that energy somewhere, right? So it puts it in fat cells. So it puts it in initially subcutaneous fat cells, a little bit of visceral fat, which is fat around the organs. And at first you have hyperplasia, which means we're recruiting new little fat cells.
I actually don't know what this is, so I need to read the fact check. Sick fat refers to the dysfunctional fat tissue that contributes to metabolic disease. It is not simply excess body fat, but fat that has become biologically altered in ways that promote inflammation, insulin resistance, abnormal cholesterol levels, and increased cardiovascular risk. I don't know why I've never heard of this.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing up to a point.
Holy shit, I just realized I wasn't recording this entire time. Thank God it's only 3 minutes in. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I'm actually so mad. That's gonna make editing so hard. Okay, let me just rewind 10 seconds.
Isn't necessarily a bad thing up to a point. Now, the issue is that once you can no longer recruit more fat cells, right, you get hypertrophy. And this is exceptionally dangerous because what ends up happening is the blood vessels get outpaced. So the fat cells can't get oxygen and they start screaming. And when they do, they release cytokines, inflammatory proteins, right?
See, like, why are people already mad? They just showed that girl nodding her head. It just seems like she's explaining something bad that comes from having that sick fat. It's just like a lack of self-awareness. Not that I even know what she's talking about, okay? I'm not an expert, but she's explaining something. Absorb the information and then refute it. Don't be emotional already about it.
I want to
Oh,
pause.
no, of course you do want to pause. Because it's irrefutable. You don't even know what I'm talking about. So,
Jillian, okay, first of all, I don't appreciate the way that you're speaking to me right now. You called me out for just trying to understand the languaging and saying I was talking to like a 3-year-old, but I felt like I was talking to you very respectfully. You're talking to me very disrespectfully right now.
Here's the thing.
And I want to...
You're telling me you understand it, but you don't understand it.
Am I just an asshole or am I just not understanding how that was disrespectful? Like, I think she's just being bluntly honest and explaining the facts. Is she not?
I don't want to talk about, I am not, okay, here, I'm going to say this straight out. I am not a medical doctor. What I am here to talk to you about is the fact that people in fat bodies are irreparably harmed going into the medical system every single day because of the term.
So that's what you want to litigate?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the claim, though.
The idea that fat-bodied people are inherently unhealthy is, I believe, incorrect. No, I know wrong.
Okay, I would like her to explain. They're both kind of just like veering off track here. Like, I want Blonde Shorty to be able to explain why she thinks that obesity isn't inherently unhealthy. I want her take.
I'm not wrong.
Okay, so
You
let me
can't
finish
look-
the
you
thought.
can't look at-
Then let me finish the
Let me
thought.
finish my thought first, please.
You can't look at a person's body and tell whether or not tell their health status.
So fat is an endocrine organ. When it overgrows, it does wreak havoc in the body.
But do you know what's even more unhealthy is weight cycling. And as we talked about earlier, only except
What?
for
That is
your people who so then what are
That
you supposed
having-
to do though? So let's say this person is in a fat body and they are inherently unhealthy, right?
Yes.
We're telling they're unhealthy because they're in this
The
fat
vast
body.
majority
What are
of
they supposed to
people will
do?
be
Lose weight? Like, why do we need to weight cycle? Why don't we just lose weight healthily, go into a low calorie deficit? You don't even have to do a huge one. You don't even have to do a 500 calorie deficit. You could just cut 200 calories off your maintenance. When you're obese, that shit's high as hell. Your metabolism is actually faster when you're fat because you have so much tissue, and excess tissue, aka fat, hella fat, is metabolically active. Like, here's my maintenance at my weight right now versus my maintenance when I was 200 pounds. Not even factor in activity. I'm burning more calories just by existing in my fat body. Don't you call me obese. But like, I just don't understand why is the extreme weight cycling and not just going into a healthy caloric deficit?
significantly more prone to all-cause mortality. For me,
Intentional weight loss fails 95 to 98% of the time. So what
tell
is
me
the
why, though? You would probably do this.
There is no strong scientific evidence supporting universal 95 to 98% failure rate. Research shows many people regain weight over time, but outcomes vary depending on how success is defined. One comprehensive review found that about 1/3 to 2/3 of dieters regained more weight than they lost in long-term follow-ups. See, but like, a lot of people who go on like crash diets don't develop healthy habits that they need to sustain a weight loss. Like, don't go carnivore. Don't go on all these just like fad diets. Like, yeah, if you crash diet and do a fad diet, you don't understand that you just need to switch your habits completely. You do a get skinny quick scheme where, oh, I cut out all sugar and I cut out all fast food and I cut out just basically everything palatable. You do that for a certain amount of time and then you realize it's not sustainable after you lose the weight, and then you just go back to your old habits because you did not implement a lifestyle change. When I regained weight, it wasn't because I fucked off and didn't know healthy habits. I would stay locked in all day and then binge eat at night. It wasn't because I lost weight. I was binge eating for dopamine. It was my drug of choice, essentially. But that is not dieting's fault. That is my fault for having an unhealthy coping mechanism. But a lot of weight regain just happens because people do crash diets. There needs to be way more details behind the studies being used for the 1/3 to 2/3 of dieters regain more weight.
For me, intentional weight loss fails 95 to 98% of the time.
A lot of people lose weight. The problem, right, is that they put it back on. Are we in agreement?
Yes.
Okay, great. Why do you think?
Okay, we gotta pause there.
Damn it! All right.
I'm sorry.
John!
What?
I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, but you voted out by the majority.
Bro, what? Like this conversation finally started being something of substance. No, I'm not hungry. Are we dead ass?
Please return to your seat.
Okay.
I feel like they were about to get into what I was just talking about. Like, damn.
Hello.
Hi.
I have lived in a fat body for like as long as I can remember.
Lived in a fat body is crazy to me, is it not? Like, it's just like, just be like, I've been fat. Like, just be like chill about it. Like, own that shit. I'm in a fat body. No. Just be like, no, I've been fat. Yeah, I'm fat. Own that shit. Like, it's so much cooler if you're just like, yeah, I'm fat. What's up?
And I don't think any of us, the people that I know, I don't think any of us are pretending that we're okay with it.
What I want to say here is I live with autoimmune disorders, I live with chronic illness, and I'm also neurodivergent. The body positivity movement has made it so that I can tolerate this life. Carrying around extra weight is harder. It is.
But it must be done.
I don't know that I agree with you.
Okay, tell me more, please.
Well, tell me why you think it must be done.
Because I've worked really hard.
Like you beat yourself up in the gym or something?
No, I don't. That's not fun.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to understand what you mean.
I've done what I needed to do a number of times to try to lose weight.
Bro, people raising flags are like, yeah, this is kind of getting to like jabbering a little bit, but like, why are we raising flags already? Can we let the people talk?
What did you try? Tell me.
I've I've worked out at the gym.
I've tried to do Pilates, even yoga. Even yoga hurts me.
Exercise causes you pain.
The
due to
exercise
autoimmune
causes
condition.
Exercise is going to cause pain when you're obese because you're carrying around so much weight that your joints are screaming. I forget the amount, I'm going to throw it up here, but for every pound that you are overweight, I think it's like once you hit that overweight mark, every pound that you increase is adding way more stress to your knees especially.
Dieting, for example. Okay. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think that food makes very much sense to me in my neurodivergent brain.
This is where mechanistic eating actually helps people who are neurodivergent, and the research supports that. You eat on these schedules, and you eat these foods, and you eat this much, hence the concept, right, of mechanistic.
Hard pass. I don't like that.
I understand that you don't like it, but you'll have to decide which you don't like more. Carrying the weight or the mechanistic eating, because it actually could be helpful. There are other ways forward, but you
Oh my God,
totally
everybody's so mad.
I tried a whole lot. There's a lot of...
Why is it mean or like upsetting for Jillian Michaels to basically be like, well, yeah, if you're put on a meal plan, you don't want to think about eating. Or that's what I think is happening here. Why is that bad? Every time someone's like, yeah, no, it doesn't matter how I eat, I'm still gonna be fat. Like, you know that British show, Secret Eaters or something, where they patrol them for a week? And they catch their asses going and getting fast food or just like eating so much shit food. And it's almost like they're unaware of it to a certain extent. But any of these people that claim like, oh, dieting doesn't work for me, like eating healthy doesn't work for me, it doesn't matter, I have all these genetic things that make me fat. Bro, I need you to go on Secret Eaters for a week. All these people will be refuted, I guarantee you.
I'm also a social worker. I work with youth. There are a lot of...
Let's go back to you. Tell me.
I'm saying for me, right? There are many things that I'm more concerned about than my weight. My body is not the most interesting thing about me.
You just brought up your weight and said, I don't see a way out of this.
But it works to an extent. You just told me it didn't work for you. It works to an extent.
Bro, okay, so elaborate. What is this? This is...
I stand on 10 toes that we are not pretending that
But there's
this is
healthy
okay.
at any size. There are absolutely elements and aspects of the movement that do put that messaging into the universe. And it's just not the case.
And I disagree with that.
You just said that you're not pretending it's okay. You just said, but how do you disagree?
I stand on 10 toes that we are not pretending that
But there's
this is
healthy,
okay.
and I
we
can
gotta
use
pause
this
there.
Shame. You
have
use
Yeah.
shame as a vehicle.
Bro, okay, both of these conversations so far have been nothing burgers. Nothing has come out of these conversations whatsoever. It's just like both of them are talking to a wall about their points and they're not actually having a conversation. That was just like 5 different topics of conversation in one, and it resulted in nothing.
What I'm curious about is if you care about people's health,
And you have people in front of you, and I'm sure you have people online who are telling you that the body positivity movement, or I prefer body liberation, body justice, body acceptance,
actually increases their health, then I don't understand your debate. Like, what are you debating if the fat people are telling you it makes their life better?
I'm debating their physical health, and I'm debating the people who claim that you can be physically healthy at any size.
The part where I get stuck, I am a mental health professional. I work with people from a body liberation standpoint.
Are there any
People in
doctors?
all shapes of bodies. Body positivity, body liberation helps people take care of themselves. Like, why body positivity would not inspire people to take better care of their bodies?
My argument. I never.
What are we at? We're only 12 minutes in and I'm already a little bit exhausted of this whole thing. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I don't think that you should hate your body when you're fat, but I think that you should love yourself enough to understand that your body is putting you in a harmful position, health-wise, confidence-wise. Like, okay, if you're confident when you're fat, which I was confident when I was fat. Like, I'm so serious, I did not hate myself, but I loved myself enough to realize that it was getting to a bad point that I should be able to tie my shoes when I'm sitting down, that my stomach should not get in the way of things, that I should be able to fit into my old clothes, that I'm gaining so many stretch marks because I'm gaining weight at an alarming rate and eating just terribly. I wanted to become jacked and healthy, and I didn't want to be fat anymore. Not because I hated myself, but because I love myself enough to want to spark a change. I was never in body positivity or anything like that. I kind of was just like, yeah, I'm fat, but I'm goated. I didn't need to like be behind a movement, and I guess there's no shame in that necessarily. Like, some people aren't as secure, but I don't know, like, it shouldn't be like, I love myself and I'm gonna stay this way. It should be, I love myself, so I'm gonna make the change.
I said you should hate your body. In fact, you
No, you
should.
didn't.
What I think is that there are people in the movement who have co-opted healthy at any size, and it went from access to healthcare to quite literally meaning for them that you can be healthy at any size, and that's not true.
Okay, the studies show that if you're very, 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 very thin, or your body is very, 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 very big, it is more difficult to be healthy. That is absolutely
But
true.
then you agree with me on this point.
I don't, because I don't think body positivity is the dangerous thing. I think hatred of fat bodies.
Okay, the claim is obesity is not healthy, but pretending it is puts lives at risk. Whoa, what are we even talking about? No one's even talking about the damn... This thing is a mess.
And people hating themselves and people living in self-loathing because they've been taught that their body is the wrong shape. That's the danger.
Both can be true at once.
Okay, basically here Jillian is just explaining that people who overeat need to be incentivized in another way to not overeat, and then this lady absorbs none of it, and this is what happens.
Food provides a lot of people with a lot of different things.
Yes, you cannot eat and not have your parasympathetic nervous system turn on at the same time. There's no such thing as not emotional eating. It's fine. It's good. It's great. Food is great.
But what I'm trying to show you...
Says the thin lady. Says the thin lady. Like, you... I told y'all I'm a binger. I'm a binger. I need to see what she said again.
A lot of different things.
Yes, you cannot eat and not have your parasympathetic nervous system turn on at the same time. There's no such thing as not emotional eating. It's fine. It's good. It's great.
It's
Food is
good. It's great. Okay, lady. Like, no. Getting like insane dopamine releases from food is why I would regress, why so many people become fat. It is torture not being able to control yourself around food and have it be almost like a drug. Oh, it's so good. no, it's good that food make you happy. Like, you've never struggled with binging, and it very much shows. I literally have been on a GLP to remove most of the dopamine aspect from food. I still enjoy food, but the dopamine that I would get from it was dangerous. And that actually made me dislike myself more, because it's like, just don't eat the food. Just don't eat the food. You're the one eating it, but it was just uncontrollable. So I hate when people who don't struggle with that are like, no, food good. Like, yeah, food is great and you can still have pleasure from eating, okay? But there's a spectrum to it, and part of that spectrum is binge eating. And anyone who struggles with binge eating knows that shit is ass. It is not fine, it is not good.
So, earlier you were speaking about how there's randomized control trials that show
Mendelian randomized control trials that have now shown us that obesity is causal to all-cause mortality.
Okay, so I disagree with that. I think there's going to be a problem with
dozens.
Obesity is associated with higher risk of death from all causes, particularly at BMI over 30.
But here's why I disagree. Because
you can disagree.
No, but let me please let me hear me out.
Please just hear me out, please.
Okay, so the reason why is because
registered dietitian, school for 6 years, studying nutrition, weights, all the stuff, and we can't keep lipotoxicity is.
It doesn't come up in my curriculum because it's bullshit. Because it's a TikTok thing that's like, cortisol face or whatever.
It's
but
not.
please, just
Listen
back to
to
the
me.
studies.
It is not.
Nothing burger.
Can we just say because you keep sidestepping and then we can never get anywhere.
The reason why we cannot show that the fat in and of itself leads to the negative health outcomes is because we cannot keep a human in a lab and control every factor but have the only thing that's different.
Mendelian randomized control.
But can you just
trials.
listen? A person
Inherently eliminates any conflating factors because they're based on genetic predispositions coupled with
But
lifestyle.
can I just share? A person in a larger body has experience.
Why does everyone not want to say fat? And I know there's people, like fat people, who don't give a fuck and they want you to call them fat. Like, why is it, what did she just call it? Hold up.
Coupled with
But
lifestyle.
can I just share? A person in a larger body.
A person in a larger body, living in a fat body, the O word, fat-bodied people. What are we even doing? What are we even doing?
Has experienced things that we can't undo from the fat. So for example, they might have
Mendelian randomization is a research method that uses genetic variants as natural experiments to test whether a risk factor likely causes a disease. Because genes are randomly assigned at conception, this approach helps reduce confounding and reverse causation, strengthening causal interference without conducting a clinical trial. I'm not gonna lie, like, this is so much information that I do not understand. I just was fat once and don't like it and struggle with binge eating. So that's where I can really provide commentary. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything either, but I think that all of this is crazy and I don't even think these conversations have gotten anywhere yet.
Every time they go to a doctor, instead of being given an evidence-based treatment, like I have unearned thin privilege, I go to a doctor, I say, my stomach hurts, I get a full workup.
You're basically saying the earth is flat. Are you trying to tell me that having fat in your liver,
I just want to talk
having
about
fat in your heart, having fat deposited in your brain is healthy?
No, I just want to talk
about...
Okay,
so no, you're not trying to say that it's healthy.
No, I'm not trying to tell you that is what I said. I was never talking about the health of it. Everything you're saying is hinging on this idea.
Why? Okay, am I tripping? Because the claim at the damn top says obesity is not healthy and pretending it is put lives at risk. Why are we not talking about that? Am I crazy?
And it's a problem that we disagree on it, that it's the weight in and of itself that leads to the negative health outcomes. A person could be in a larger body and be perfectly healthy based on their lab.
To a point, until you're not. Like, what? Just because they don't have anything yet doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And like I said earlier in the video, being obese can make you more prone to those things. Like, okay, you're healthy right now, what about tomorrow? What about next week? What about the cartilage in your knees that is just degrading every day because you're putting so much stress on your joints? What about that? Like, okay, you're fine right now, but you're putting yourself at risk more and more every single day that you decide not to make a change. Like, what are we even talking about?
Is that
their
only
cholesterol.
7% of people who are classified as overweight or obese, call it whatever you guys feel comfortable with, only 7% are classified as healthy.
Say that was true. Say we knew for
I can
certain.
go grab the data for you right now if you want.
One U.S. population study using strict metabolic criteria found that 6.8% of adults with obesity were metabolically healthy. So 93% of them were unhealthy. However, the other research shows higher estimates when different definitions are used, with prevalence of metabolically healthy obesity ranging from about 10 to 30%. So still the majority is not healthy, and that's still the hill that we're dying on. I just don't understand.
That what you're saying is true.
Here's the classification.
But even then we'd be in this place where, okay, so what do we do? Are we gonna send someone down a path of trying to lose weight and then gaining and trying and gaining? And we know that
Why is that the only solution? Why is weight cycling? Why is gaining and losing and gaining and losing the only option? Like, okay, when I lost my 70 pounds, I regressed 30 at most. I still didn't gain 70 back, and I was still healthier at 30 pounds regressed than I was at 70 pounds heavier. Like, why is that the only option? I don't understand. Why is a healthy weight loss journey out of the picture? Why are we pretending that you can't lose weight healthily? I just don't understand. Oh, my brain hurts.
Cycling.
We're only at 19 minutes.
Bad for the heart, bad for insulin, bad for the brain, bad for all the things. We work with that individual. That's what I do in my private practice. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah.
And I don't encourage weight loss because it's unethical.
Oh.
I disagree with you.
Or what
it's
do
unethical
professionals do?
not to be transparent with people
And
about the dangers.
Yeah, transparency is the dangers of weight cycling. You can go down that path.
Why is that the only option? Why is that the only option?
If you're doing your job, they shouldn't have to weight cycle, right?
No, it's not about me. It's about the body. The body is so smart. But we're animals. Our bodies, when we lose weight, our body goes, oh shit, she just starved me. I'm gonna do everything I can to try to
Starve! Why is that? Why are we going to these extreme starve? 200 to 500 calorie deficit is starve? Bro, you have enough adipose tissue when you are morbidly obese. Like, oh my God, what's that guy? What's that guy who ate nothing but like electrolytes and vitamins to be alive and lived off his fat and lost weight for a year? I'm throwing that up here too. Because there was a guy who deadass did like starve himself and didn't die and lost weight. Not saying that you should do that, obviously. I'm here advocating for a little 200 to 500 calorie deficit. That's normal. That is normal. Starving? Why do we go to such extreme lengths? I don't understand. Like, why are... Please, bro.
Luckily for
is this
me,
a sponsor?
I know just who
is this a sponsor?
I totaled my personal injury.
Get this shit off my screen.
My claim is that the large food companies are one of the primary beneficiaries of the body positivity movement.
Oh.
All right, if you want to be the next debater, get to
How are you? I'm Chiffon.
Nice to meet you, Chiffon.
Oh, she's so nice.
So, what are you classifying as large food companies?
Okay, PepsiCo, Coca-Cola,
the 8 like food companies that control everything, perhaps.
General Mills.
Okay. Now, if they were beneficiaries and benefactoring and making all this money off of the body positivity movement, why is it that they spend billions on calorie counting apps, on a lot of things that we see in society as forcing the losing weight or talking about losing weight?
Okay, I'm pausing it again, but like, what is 70% of the country obese? The market for fast food and hyper palatable bullshit is still higher. But health and wellness, also a huge market. They're gonna dabble in a little bit of everything. They're gonna benefit both ways. Like, maybe she's genuinely curious, but like, those are two huge markets. The fast food, hyper palatable, hyper processed food being larger, but health and wellness still a very large industry that they're gonna want a piece of too. They love that money.
I'm talking predominantly about finance.
Okay, I still will say, so I come from the wedding industry, and my biggest thing is the wedding industry is very centric on this is what the wedding industry looks like. I have created a platform where and not just larger bodied body positivity, but body positivity for all sizes. Okay. But the body positivity movement is really for us. And I'm saying we because I'm a large body person.
I totally understand.
That's where it's
I totally understand that you're a large bodied person.
The ways they're exploiting it.
Oh, please, please.
Okay, so there have been 2 really big exposés. One by the Washington Post. They've gone after a lot of the intuitive eating dietitians.
Okay.
So can I give you some statistics?
Please.
Okay. So Washington Post.
I like this conversation right now. I like it. Who the fuck put up their flag?
analyzed more than 6,000 social media posts by 68 registered dietitians with a combined reach of over 9 million followers. 40% of them were using the anti-diet language, right? Like food freedom, no food rules, ditch the diet, healthy in any size, so on and so forth. Very often not disclosing the fact that they were paid by the big food companies.
Okay.
Joint investigation by The Examination and The Washington Post reviewed over 6,000 Instagram and TikTok posts from 68 registered dietitian influencers and found that many had financial ties to major food and beverage companies. The report found instances where sponsored content was clearly not disclosed and where anti-diet messaging appeared alongside industry-funded promotions. So I'm gonna assume, in dumbed down terms, these people were paid to post, eating junk food is good, guys. It's part of a healthy diet. And that is true to an extent. I don't think that people need to 100% cut out unhealthy, hyper-palatable, hyper-processed foods, but paying a bunch of dietitians to spread that message is definitely a bit suspect.
And I'm gonna say this clearly, and for right now, I don't care who uses my fucking movement. I want the movement to be there. And that right there, they can take it. It's marketing and sales 101. Of course they're gonna use the fucking movement.
But then why can't you guys say, you don't get to co-opt our movement?
That's not for me to do. I don't care about that.
Like, PepsiCo and all these places that sell super calorically dense food being like, yeah, guys, love your body, eat our food. Yes, it's okay to eat our food and be healthy. You're fucking with that? You're okay with that?
Because this is our family. This is our world.
There are people
it doesn't matter about what. Do you think I can? But the thing is, we don't care.
But there are a lot of people that are being hurt by this.
That happens all the time. A movement starts and someone comes in and takes it. And someone comes in and comes in it. And someone comes in and runs with it.
They do what in it? Whoa, freaky movement.
I'm saying it's fine for them to do that, but the bigger issue that I want you to realize is that the body positivity movement is ultimately for us because we are the main people. We are the main beneficiaries.
I see what she's saying, but like, let's...
If someone wants to come and get on our coattails, go ahead.
Disagree with you on that. I think that's a mistake.
And that's okay.
I think that you guys could tell them, you could expose what they're doing.
Oh my God, this is exhausting me. How far are we in? A half hour. I will say, like, I don't know, because I'm not part of the body positivity movement, obviously, and I think that it is kind of harmful to have a whole movement saying being fat is okay. And like I said earlier, I think it's okay to love yourself when you're fat, but you should love yourself enough to not be fat anymore and take control of your health. But it's just like, are you not concerned with these companies being like, yes, love yourself when you're fat. Yes, please love yourself. Love yourself. Eating our food is healthy and okay. Like, why are we okay with that? You don't think that raises some red flags? I don't know.
You've been voted out by the majority.
Well, I really appreciate this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
She was the best person though.
I really want to focus on what you've just been saying about the co-opting. What you seem to be critiquing is the people who've co-opted the movement, not the people who actually are the movement. When people are misusing that.
I know we are a movement that doesn't have the same resources as the health and wellness industry or the health and wellness grifters. We don't have those same resources to fight every time somebody misuses our terminology.
But there are some of us out there who are doing that, right?
I never see the caveats. I never, ever see the freaking caveats.
So
maybe today.
Oh my God, everyone is so, oh my heavens, bro. Oh my gosh, I might need a break after this to eat and come back, but
could help let's amplify some of the caveats.
I am doing that right now.
Okay, so let's go to the claim.
I'm trying.
The claim.
I'm
that
like, we see Shorty in the back. She's agreeing. She's the most level-headed one we've had so far. Like, she's like, and then the girl before is like, oh no, oh my heavens, no, she said frickin'. She literally just said frickin'. Please. This is so violent.
But I do concede the point that, like, we are moving away from some of what we saw as body positivity for the last 10, 15 years.
And what do you mean by that?
As we move away from that. It's less popular, it's less trendy.
I understand.
We're moving more towards a thin-centric ideal again, or, leaving behind,
I think that thin has always been in. Okay, I think even during peak body positivity, which was probably around like 2019 to 2021, like the COVID-esque era where everyone was gaining a bunch of weight and like everyone was just so chronically online because what else was there to do? Yeah, it was more acceptable to be fat, but it was kind of like you're a bigot and you're like whatever if you shit on fat people. But I think secretly thin was still in. It was just like people were afraid to say it, and it almost was like a coping mechanism for everyone being cooped up inside all the time and gaining a bunch of weight. And like everyone gained weight during COVID for the most part. So like, yeah, it was more in because that's what everyone was doing. But then once we were able to go to the gyms and actually able to have a social life and blah, 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 started to veer away from that. But I think that thin has always been in. I don't think there was ever like a collective time where people were like, you know what? Obesity rocks. Like, I don't know.
Why would you need to make food genetically addictive if body positivity can just sell that food? If you could just tell people, when you feel good in your body, you're going to eat all the Nabisco snacks that you want to, then why do we have to make them addictive?
How can you be anti-capitalism, anti-greed, anti-blah, blah, blah, and defend a food company and be like, why would they make it addictive? What? This is probably the only person I've ever seen with the take that big food is not evil.
They don't even want you to stop eating one chip. They literally engineer. Just hear me out. So they engineer how much fat is in your mouth in each bite.
What you're describing is capitalism.
Yes.
What you're describing is greed.
Yes.
Body positivity is not the reason for that.
No,
but when you have a whole movement that it's like, it's okay to be fat. Love yourself when you're fat. Being fat is freaking awesome. When that is your movement, and the food companies that make the food that y'all are eating to be fat, they are directly benefiting from y'all deciding that it's okay to eat the food.
I think you guys should get pretty freaking vocal and pissed because these guys are actively manipulating your message. So much, I haven't even gotten to half the shit that they do. So for example, they have effectively lobbied to remove nutrition guidelines and warning labels on food packaging because of harmful shame.
Okay,
it's a fact.
They have advocated for that. The
Yes,
body positivity movement, the fat activist movement,
They have advocated for that, and it makes it easier for them to advocate for it because there's a semi-large population of people, no pun intended, that say that eating the food that makes you that way is okay. Like, these people are not fat because they're eating too fatty of steaks and they're eating like mostly whole foods. They are eating the hyper-processed stuff that these companies sell, and it's way easier for them to make it seem okay when there's a movement like this. That is what she's saying, no? And I think her main point is that nobody in body positivity talks down on big food and says, hey, maybe we shouldn't be eating this. Maybe they shouldn't be profiting off of us. I think that's her main point.
They're using our language, right? Like you said, co-opting.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they should stop co-opting our shit.
But they're not going to. But
Right.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
So how do we
I
build
think
more?
you guys should get pissed about it.
Why isn't the entire public holding food companies accountable for food company evil?
I think
why is it?
You don't think so?
What? Okay. Body positivity absolutely is not holding these companies accountable. They're the ones eating it. What are we saying? The MAHA or whatever? I think that's Make America Healthy Again. Ooh, the RFK shit. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're anti all that. I'm not completely sure though. I'm not like tapped in, but I know damn well body positivity is not advocating against unhealthy foods. They're not saying don't eat this stuff. Absolutely not. Body positivity is not going around saying don't eat hyperpalatable foods. They're saying stuff like, it's okay. It's okay to eat for dopamine. It's okay to love it. It's okay.
I mean, they're reevaluating the generally recognized as safe rule. They just changed the food pyramid, which guides, do you want to talk about that one? It guides hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies. And now they're mandating.
So MAHA is
I'm saying that
focused on the
they're definitely focused on it. Sure, part of it.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of people that are focused
You
on
do.
MAHA initiative promotes improved nutrition and reduced diet-related disease, but independent analysis notes that its efforts largely center on broad public health goals and policy recommendations rather than direct regulatory enforcement against food companies. I could understand that. I think that, like, from what I see about making America healthy again is not the actual systemic stuff. It's just like, wellness influencers being like, yo, you're fat if you eat McDonald's. Like, I don't see, I'm talking merely from my fitness influencer perspective. I'm not tapped in to the political health stuff.
Do you think it's a problem? I think it's a problem.
I think there are a lot of problems. I think one of the problems is the assumption that everything that has to do with food and its lack of health correlates with fatness.
We are saying body positivity, and body positivity includes all kinds of ways of being in a body, right? Not just body size. It includes all of the things about disability and skin color and hair texture and all of the things, right? Body positivity. But we really have been coding that in this conversation to talk about body size.
Well, yes. Like, you guys aren't here to talk about how it's okay to be disabled, it's okay to be a certain race and blah, blah, blah. Like, what are we even talking about? Like, yeah, that's what you're here for. You didn't, I think I need to eat.
I actually didn't think body positivity, to be dead honest with you, I've never interpreted body positivity to be about skin color or gender ideology.
But some of the
I really
people
never
who,
did. I didn't.
But some of the people who started body positivity and practice it today and talk about the values that
I don't think anybody sees it that
way. Why are we acting like body positivity hasn't been monopolized by fat people? Like, that's literally, if you round up 10 people on the street right now and you were like, who is at the forefront of body positivity? I guarantee you, every individual is talking about body size. Like, what are we talking about right now?
I think the general presumption
is that it must focus on weight and weight loss because that's a bigger narrative in the culture than some of the other
that is who
stuff.
we are seeing advocate. We're not seeing a person who's black being like, I'm body positive because I'm black. They're generally in a different civil rights movement.
I need a break. I need to eat. I'll be back. Okay, it has been probably 2 seconds for you guys, but it's been about an hour and a half for me. I'm well fed, I'm rejuvenated, and I'm ready to unpack the rest of this video. What did I have to eat? Thank you so much for asking. I had some chicken thighs, some golden potatoes, and then low-calorie homemade Chick-fil-A sauce on the side. How you doing? I also self-reflected a bit, and I was like, okay, actually, your reaction to this video might be garbage and you're providing no meaningful commentary. So can you guys let me know at this point how I've been doing, please? Okay, let's get back into it. Yeah. Sipping on a Fresca now. So many bevs. Okay, where were we? I think they were arguing about something.
Talking about body positivity related to their body size and those other issues.
I'm sorry. The organization that you work for.
Yes.
Had to do with a gentleman that started this organization because his wife, label it however you would, I don't know what words you guys feel comfortable with.
We've been using fat for 57 years. So
fat's okay to use? Okay.
Yes. But see,
oh my God. Okay, why is everyone like, yes, we've been using fat. Like, you don't even want to say obese. God forbid she's like, is it okay to use fat? Like, what do you mean yes? As if it's like painfully obvious. You've been saying like fat bodied. This is so, guys, I have a headache.
You've positioned yourself as being really, really knowing this movement and really knowing where we're showing up. And it is really, really common for activists and advocates to talk about.
I feel like she's not saying that she knows the movement, but I think she's just talking about being fat, being obese. Like, I don't think she's claiming to be at the forefront of body positivity and knowing everything that goes down in there, because I don't even think everyone there knows what's going down in the body positivity movement. Like, there's just so much confusion here.
Using fat as
but you can't say overweight?
Descriptor. We just say fat. Right?
Over what weight? Over the normal weight that you're supposed to be a healthy human being. Over what weight? Like, why do they think that they're like a troll under a bridge casting some sort of riddle? Like they're doing some clever type shit. Over what weight? Checkmate. What? What? I don't know. Dude, we're only at 39 minutes. We still have over an hour. Over an hour.
So this was started by a gentleman whose wife was fat.
Yes.
Who was discriminated against.
Yes.
That's where your part began. Intuitive eating is
that's
a
not
different
how I
animal.
came into it through body positivity,
I understand,
right?
but
because
that's
we're
how the
mixing a lot of
movement started. If
no,
you really want to
that's how my organization started. The
deluded
movement.
I can't even like make out what the fuck both of them are saying. There's just what I don't think The most productive conversation was what, the wedding chick that came up here? Like they were being mad chill, they were going back and forth. This shit is just talking over each other. There's no productivity, it's just arguing.
Started.
And I love to argue, don't get me wrong, but like, it's just talking in constant circles. This is nonsensical.
With black women and femmes in the civil rights movement, with women, with people at Stonewall who were fat people.
Okay, so people at Stonewall, is it because they were gay or because they were gay and, as you guys say, fat?
It was because they were gay, but there were fat people there, and those fat people talked about their fat bodies.
Hold on, gay people are part of the body positivity movement?
A huge part of the body positivity.
On the merits of just being gay, guys.
No.
That's what I'm, not gay and
defending people's body sovereignty,
I'm with her on this. I'm so confused.
body autonomy, people's right to live freely in their body.
What is
we
the
have
core
different
premise
angles.
of discrimination?
It
started with regard to being fat. Am I right?
All right, we have to pause there.
Put out now.
Sorry, we have to pause.
Piece of the movement.
No, let's go.
You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
Thank you. That was ridiculous. Ain't nobody give a fuck. Wait, why did nobody else start even? Ain't nobody even give a fuck.
You've
Wait.
been voted out by the majority.
They
Please
face is
return to your
killing me.
seat.
Oh, we got fat bodied back.
So
Okay.
one thing that I want to clarify, I said it on the sidelines, which I know I shouldn't do, but it's health at every size, not healthy at every size. And you've misspoken that just a couple of times. I just think it's important just for the audience to know
Jillian.
that, because there's a really big distinction there.
Health at every size versus healthy at every size. All right, feed me.
Right.
No pun intended.
And I think it started as health at every size, and I think now it has been co-opted by many or misinterpreted, misutilized. You don't think so? Okay, I've seen very many people.
No. Not one person thinks that. No. Like, I seem like a Jillian defender, but like the people that keep coming up are so fucking insufferable. No one is open to being wrong. Like, at least Jillian, like, she's gonna stand on her points, but she at least asks, expand on that thought. Like, this chick, no. You see that? Wait.
Co-opted by many or misinterpreted, misutilized. You don't think so? Okay, I've seen very many people say I can be healthy at any size.
Well, I think
or
that
every size.
I mean, I think that
I've
that
seen
can be
very many people, and I.
So it's not healthy at every size. It's health at every size. But she just said
at any size.
Well, I think
or
that
every size.
I mean, I think that
I've
that
seen
can be
very.
I think that can be true.
And I've debated with very many
So
people
I'm crying.
who've utilized that point.
Well, I do. I mean, I personally believe you can be healthy at any size.
I don't.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna debate that point because I don't think that that's.
You were supposed to debate that point in the first part, and then you didn't. But now you're like, oh, well, I could debate it, but now we're not talking about that anymore. I can't.
So I want to come back to when you were saying that big food is profiting off of the body positivity movement, and that's like a really terrible, bad thing. Okay.
I don't think it's good.
Okay. So what is your fear with that? Like, I want to understand your concern.
Okay, I'll give her credit for like being like asking a fucking question.
I don't think we have enough time for me to tell you how deep my concerns are. With
Okay, well let's
I think that God. All right, if we go back to the 70s, or like late 60s, 5% of American adults were obese or overweight, right? Now it's 74%. Like, what happened?
Obesity rates in the 1960s and 70s were much higher than 5%. According to the CDC, about 13%. Much higher? Like, I understand, like, it's 10%, 8 to 10% more than 5%, but, like, much higher? Obesity was less common than today, but it was not rare. You're saying 1976 to 1980, only 15% was obese. I'm looking it up now. I need to know. In the US, what is the percentage of people who are obese? 40.3%. So it's almost 3 times as much as that. Okay.
Quantum leap in genetics.
They changed the BMI overnight.
Look at pictures. They did. Look at pictures of.
According to the CDC, about 73% of US adults have a BMI classified as overweight. That is 3/4 of the country. Obesity alone accounts for a smaller share, roughly 40% of adults. Almost half the country. I don't like the wording on this fact check.
It's more than BMI.
Which I don't agree with. Just
Childhood
FYI to the world
obesity
out there,
did
but-
not even, it wasn't even a thing. Type 2 diabetes is...
The BMI formula has not changed. It has always been calculated as weight divided by height squared.
It used to be called adult onset diabetes. What happened over the last 50 years? And what I'm saying is, I don't think it's a sudden moral failure. I don't think it's because 74% of American adults are lazy and weak and stupid and pathetic. I don't think so at all.
Yeah. But, hello? Did she?
I think it's a sudden moral failure. I don't think it's because 74% of
I don't think it's because.
weak and stupid and pathetic. I don't think so at all. No, you're missing.
See, y'all got me fucked up. Like this, y'all couldn't find a better group of people to advocate for this, because every single person except for her in the back, she's chill. Every other person got me fucked up right now.
Misunderstanding what I'm saying. I think it's not. I think.
But you do think
She's better than me. I'm getting more worked up than her, and I'm not even there.
individuals' responsibility when they do become in a fat body.
When you become in a fat body, like you just wake up one day randomly and you are 300 pounds overweight. Right, because that just happens. There's nothing that leads up to it. It's not a long, lengthy process or anything like that. No, when you become in a fat body, why do they talk like a mythical creature? Stop it.
I think that the system is largely rigged, and 74% of American adults are having a real hard time fighting against it. One of those big reasons is big food.
Wait, I want to pause you there because I know that you're very big in the MAHA movement and you're saying they're doing all of this amazing stuff, but then they cut SNAP benefits. And so access to food is such a huge reason for people to be able to have a nutritious diet.
So how can you explain that when you're saying that big food is awful, terrible, but then still align yourself with the movement that cut billions?
Okay, this is two separate claims, no? Like, they are two separate things, no? Big food's still bad. Big food's still, oh, this is a crazy, oh, sorry, girl.
Millions of dollars to people to get access to food.
Okay, hold on. I'm not saying this movement is perfect, but I would not like to see people.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act includes an estimated $186 billion in SNAP reductions through 2034, according to blah, blah, blah. These cuts stem from federal budget legislation that expands work requirements and shifts costs to the states. The MAHA initiative promotes nutrition policy goals. SNAP funding changes are tied to broader federal law. Right, so are they not two separate things here? Three separate things, actually. Does the MAHA, like from my understanding, the MAHA does not have anything to do with the SNAP benefits. And I'm not saying, like, I don't know what the Make America Healthy Again thing is. If it's adjacent to MAGA, please don't say Brownies MAGA. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just need to watch the
What
video.
is called nutrition assistance, I don't think that's soda and chips and candy. Now, having changed the food pyramid, I do think changing the food pyramid has now mandated...
Everything that is said, this lady is just mad. Did y'all hear that breath? Damn.
It's not nutrition. I do think changing the food pyramid has now
She's mad at
mandated
everything.
that access to the foods on the food pyramid is going to make it more available. The food pyramid is about grabbing $600 billion over the past 2 decades to grow ultra-processed food and then tinkered with so you quite literally cannot eat just one. I think these guys are the devil.
Food companies design many products to be highly palatable by optimizing sugar, fat, salt, and texture, which can stimulate the brain's reward system and encourage repeat consumption. Some researchers argue certain ultra-processed foods may have addictive-like properties. However, there is no broad scientific consensus that foods are addictive in the same clinical sense as drugs. The term addictive is debated in medical research. Okay, so I'ma just say, like, in my personal experience, I've dabbled in some substances, right? But I have never gotten addicted. Oh, wait. Let me, like, when I say that, I mean, like, nicotine and, like, the Benjamin. Nothing crazy, but nicotine is highly addictive. For some reason, my body does not get addicted to that. I don't know why, but my vice has always been food, and it's like almost out of body when I was binging. It's not like, oh my god, I crave chocolate and then I eat too much chocolate. Like, it's like I want whatever is on deck, whatever is gonna make me feel good. Dude, Prime Bite code LOON at the end of the day, right? Prime Bites, love them. I've eaten a whole box in one sitting. That's not because I neglected myself of Prime Bites. That's not because I just craved 12 fucking Prime Bites. They just are a protein snack that tastes really good, and I wanted a large surplus of something that tasted really good, so I ate a whole box in one sitting. A couple times. That's not me saying Prime Bites is evil, okay? I love the damn things. That's me saying food is addictive in my experience. Thank you.
I do. And the depth of my feeling about this, unfortunately.
Oh my God, I cannot stand this lady.
I don't, if we're going to indict someone, like when you look at intuitive eating, it's awesome in theory. Feel your fullness. You can't. You cannot.
I disagree with that though.
We're out of time.
Okay, you can eat intuitively if all you're eating is whole foods. Not all, but like 80-20, okay? 80-20. You cannot intuitively eating hyper palatable, hyper processed bullshit because it's not filling. There's no nutrients in that bitch. There's like, if you only ate that, you would be malnourished. You would have a caloric surplus and be fat, but still be malnourished because there is no nutrients. It's fat, sugar, sodium, no electrolytes, no protein. I wish there was better people on the other side so there was more of a productive conversation. This is literally just like rage bait.
My next surrounded claim is that the body positivity movement oversimplifies disordered eating and trauma.
All right, whoever wants to be the next debater, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
Bro, these people aren't even trying. Hello? Hello? Like, do they tell them? Do they tell them, yo, just pretend to run up? Hello? Bro, wait. I'm sorry. I'm caught up on this.
1.
Like, okay, she goes, and they're already at a disadvantage, but I swear that was definitely set up. Hello? I can't.
I'm not going to assume, but I imagine you have some sort of maybe personal experience with eating disorders or disorder eating.
Definitely as a kid, would overeat. I wouldn't say binge eating disorder, but I would compulsively overeat.
And did you feel shame and then go to therapy to work on that, or did you just oversimplify?
Is she swatting flies?
Kind of.
What is happening?
I was in therapy for other things that were going on in my household, and I definitely was helped.
Okay. I have dealt with an eating disorder since I was 7.
And my body fluctuated. I'm not gonna use numbers because I think.
I think that trauma and eating disorders go hand in hand.
I feel like there's just so much being said and nothing's being said really at all.
Innately was trauma-based. I am neurodivergent and it was never diagnosed until I was, almost 30.
I am not mocking the fact that she has or had an eating disorder at 7. There's just nothing being said here at all.
Yeah.
You've been voted out by the majority.
Oh?
He's returned.
Bro, we didn't even get... I mean, fair, but like, if she just got on with the shit. I wanted to hear what Jillian had to say to that. I feel like the point here, like, I don't think it's been said at all, but I've been thinking just as she was rambling, the body positivity movement oversimplifies disordered eating and trauma. I don't know if the point is like the body positivity movement makes it seem like the people who are fat don't have disordered eating. Cause like there's people who are fat AF and they're like, oh, well, I eat healthy and normal. I actually don't fucking know. I'm just talking out of my ass too. Bro, ain't nobody even trying.
Okay, so the body positivity movement actually got me out of my eating disorder, and if that's okay, I would like to tell you a little bit about it.
Absolutely.
So growing up, I wasn't ever fat. I just have I have large breasts. I have got a condition, basically. I know you're laughing.
I'm laughing because that would be my dream. That's the only reason I'm laughing. I was like, poor you.
Basically, I've got a condition called macromastia. It means that my breasts will just continuously keep growing.
I'm not making a joke.
I went to the doctors and they actually told me that I had to lose weight in order to get a reduction. At this point, I was actually a Scottish size 6, which is a UK size 2.
So this actually drove me into an eating disorder so that my breasts would get smaller, and that never ever happened.
If anyone has this condition in my audience, please let me know.
You need to leave.
Bro, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, I'm skipping through the rest of this because they both keep talking about things that don't really have anything to do with the claim. It's just two separate conversations once again. Jillian is talking about how body positivity oversimplifies and misuses intuitive eating, and they diagnose it to people who can't, like people with BED or Anna. And then the other girl is saying that body positivity is helpful and it helped her get out of her ED. So they're both kind of just talking about different things, and the conversation was not productive to the claim, and my commentary is whatever. And then they ended up getting voted out and the conversation ended. So if you want to go watch that, you can go to the original video, but I'm just skipping to the next.
They're not sure.
Okay, pause. You've been voted out by the majority.
So I think the language there is a little bit tone deaf, just because I actually believe that gym talk, diet culture oversimplifies eating disorders.
Two separate issues, though. Both can be true at the same time.
How is it separate?
Well, okay, so you're saying gym talk oversimplifies trauma and eating disorders, right?
Well,
I agree
not
with
just
you.
gym talk, but just the way that our
Well,
youth,
yes.
all of us are.
Yeah. Motherfuckers on gym talk talking about put the fork down. Just put the fork down. Both sides do it. Like, I don't think that just because gym talk also does it doesn't mean that body positivity doesn't do it. Bro, that shit, like... I just keep watching the
We
video.
are all exposed to that. Like, we can't just avoid it. And when
Still
you
a
see...
separate issue, though. I'm trying to say that the ways body positivity suggests people deal with body issues and trauma is an oversimplification. And it has to do with things like intuitive eating principles that get misrepresented by influencers.
I'm watching this back in editing, and once again, what the girl's about to say has nothing to do with the claim, but I'm just gonna include it. This entire video is nothing burger buzzword sandwich.
Well, the way I see it is that body positivity is actually the bridge between health experts and anybody else.
Explain it.
If I go to a doctor, it should be empowering for me to talk about my body.
Of course.
However, when I usually speak to a health expert, it's really not. I'm really more just afraid that they're going to speak to me in a way that degrades my body.
Original claim. Body positivity oversimplifies eating disorders. Girls counter argument. Gym talk does it too. Response. Yes, they do. But body positivity also does it. Response. I want to feel empowered at the doctor. What?
The body positivity movement teaches people to have the kind of confidence they need to make choices
How?
for
How's it
themselves. I think that's what we're here
Just
to,
looking in
to
the
speak
mirror
about.
and
I
saying,
think that's
I'm healed.
So that's not what body positivity is, promoting the healing of said wounds.
How?
By finding, telling you it's an oversimplification. It's not though.
Tell me how.
Because
How is it going to heal you?
By looking in the mirror and saying, I know.
It's gonna heal you by being like, okay, I love myself. No, I'm not gonna call myself fat and ugly and chopped shit every day in the mirror. I'm gonna tell myself, hey, I'm fat, but like low-key, I'm also goated. So I'm going to lose weight so I can be more goated. Like, all paths should just lead to being more goated. I don't know. Like, I love my body now. What I don't like is my loose skin. But I'm body positive. I'm body positive about this. I don't look in the mirror every day and I'm like, yo, I fucking hate my loose skin and I'm such a chud for even getting that fat in the first place. It's just like, I can't change that. And if I really want to, I can get surgery. But it's like, yo, you're actually goated for losing the weight and building that much muscle naturally. Hell yeah, bro. Like, okay, you have some loose skin. Yeah, like, am I a fan of it? No. But I don't hate myself for it. Shouldn't that just be body positivity? I don't know.
Saying these shameful things to yourself, you already know that it degrades you and you're not going to want to do the things that most
so then
people...
what comes after deciding not to beat yourself up? We're both on the same page there. Now
I
get
think
below the tip of your
we're
iceberg.
seeing different perspectives of the same page, right? And that's why I do believe that body positivity is the bridge that we all need.
Tell me
in order...
what comes after.
Right, like, so you are body positive, so you're not demeaning yourself in the mirror, but then you just stay the same? I think that's where she's trying to get at here. You're body positive, what now? Like, yes, I love the stress that's on my joints because I'm obese. Yes, I love the possible health implications. Or is it I love myself enough to change?
You decide You're not gonna say that shit in the mirror anymore. Then what?
Then I should be able to consult health experts that are also body positive towards my body.
No one's saying not to.
Okay, so tell us who the health experts are that are body positive.
Okay, I think it's crazy because, like, yeah, if you go to the doctor and you have, like, I want these people to be more specific about their symptoms, because a lot of things that when you're obese, your health problem is a symptom of being overweight. Yeah, if I was fat again, I would want a doctor that isn't judging me for my body size, but also you kind of have to expect to go into the doctor and they're gonna tell you to lose weight. It's their fucking job. They can't just like ignore the fact that you are morbidly obese at the doctor because it is unhealthy. They as a doctor need to tell you that. And it's just how they go about telling you that inevitably at your visit. I don't know. I really, like, how often do these people go to the doctor as well? Because, like, I'm trying to think about the times that I went to the doctor. I had to get a mole removed. I don't think that, like, if this person had to get a mole removed, that they're, like, pretending that it's because they're too obese and the mole needs to get removed because they're too obese, because that has nothing to do with obesity. I think they would just remove the fucking mole unless they're literally unable to remove the mole because of something with being obese. And I'm only saying that because, like, sometimes fat people can't have surgery done on them because they are literally too fat. So that's the only, like, reason I could think of. But it's like, oh, your knee hurts, you go to the doctor. And I've heard this story before on a commentary channel of fat acceptance. Like, your knee hurts, you go to the doctor and they're gonna tell you to lose weight because your knee probably fucking hurts because it's carrying around a trillion extra pounds. Okay, yeah, now I'm being an asshole, I guess, but, like, it's carrying around a significant amount of weight than it should be, and your body is not built for that. So it's gonna fucking hurt. There's a very off chance where there's a random condition that has nothing to do with your weight. And guess what? Even if you had a random ass condition that had nothing to do with your weight, it's still making the problem worse. So I just don't understand what the point is here.
When you say body positive, what kind of health expert are you looking for? I know a million doctors, and all of them would love to help somebody, whether
But
they're...
what is help? Is help saying you need to get your ass in the gym, you need to restrict.
Do doctors really say that to you?
For you, when you go to that
That's what I think everybody should have the opportunity and confidence to do, and that's what body positivity is teaching people. Deserve to have the courage to change.
You still haven't given me a how. All you're telling
What
me is...
I think we all are here.
You pull up to the doctor like, get your fat ass in the gym. Does that happen? I feel like, does that happen?
Because nobody has the answer.
That is not true. Many people have the answer, sweetheart. Psychoanalysts have the answer.
Sorry, I don't like to be called sweetheart when we're like debating.
Okay, forgive me.
But
many people have the answer.
If she called me sweetheart, I'll be like, wait. All right, guys, once again, the conversation and claim get absolutely derailed, and two different conversations are being had at once. Jillian keeps saying body positivity oversimplifies disordered eating and trauma, and then the girl is kind of just like, nuh-uh. And then they get voted out again, and nothing productive happens.
But you bringing up somebody's like eating because they were molested. I mean, most people, that's not why like necessarily people are eating.
But that's what the claim is about. It is about the fact that people who have disordered eating and trauma, I think the body positivity movement oversimplify and can actually give bad advice.
But the fundamentals of the...
Pause.
I just need a second. Like, I don't know if I'm was not ready to unpack the beast that is this video, but like everything being said just sounds like a bunch of buzzwords with no meat. There's no meat. It's just a nothing burger. Holy, we still have 46 minutes.
I've been on a diet since I was like 6. Okay. You've talked a lot about trauma, being molested, parents, this and that.
Yes.
So what is your thought on this oversimplification? I think actually the medical industry and a lot of health professionals have oversimplified.
I'm sorry if that's happened to you.
At this point, I thought there was gonna be a valuable conversation, but I was wrong.
I think you're seeing the wrong people.
But that's also privilege. Of course you know a lot of good people. You're
a rich white woman who's been on television. And I would love to know, somebody mentioned the show.
Books. Totally. I could read a book. I've read a lot of diet books, Jillian.
Not a diet book.
Or whatever. What kind of book? A self-help book?
Watching this back, I think this chick solely came in here to get clipped and be put on TikTok as like, body positive queen girl boss. Y'all tell me, what you think, though.
I mean, if you're struggling with an eating disorder and you're telling me I have no access to
Well, how do
any
I know if I'm
expert-
struggling with an eating disorder? Where does genetics play into all of this?
Do you want to take on genetics? We can.
Go ahead. Are you a scientist?
Do you think you have to be a scientist to understand?
No, but I haven't heard one comment about where do genetics play in. That's not the claim.
First of all, obesity is a very outdated term. It's based on the BMI, which is based on white men. In this, come on, Jillian, you could be single-handedly responsible for updating the BMI.
Okay, but we also have waist to hip, and we have DEXA, and we have MRI.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
So
what are the MRI, meaning
you
like
don't
the
even-
machine most fat people don't even fit in?
You have DEXA, and you have
I've never
waist
heard
to
of that,
hip.
girl. What's a
Oh, I don't like this girl.
Because I'm seeing a very different person than from who we've seen on television. And I think there's been a lot of blame shifting.
To influencers and TikTok, and the reality is, girl, that's what we're all getting at info now.
I've never seen a full episode of The Biggest Loser because my parents told me to watch it and I said, all the way off.
Right, but you have
So-
no rage at your parents whatsoever, right?
Oh, well, I'm not fat because of the age of my
all the way
parents.
off? That doesn't sound like a primary wound telling your parents to
This reminds me of this meme. Future editing me, I don't even need to describe it. Bro, that's exactly what's happening right now.
pick the argument we want to have. Do you want to have a debate?
I want
Do
to
you
hear
wanna
who
discuss
you are on the
genetics?
show, who that person is and was.
Okay.
And who this person is now because
Same
I'm seeing
person. It's not at all. You just told me you never watched an episode of Biggest
Oh, but I've seen TikTok clips. I saw the documentary. And tell me about
Or
the show.
Michelle
Tell me
Aguilar.
whatever. Tell me who you were on the show. Tell me where that Jillian Michaels. Because to be
I will,
honest,
but you
we've
gotta let
all
me talk.
Sure.
Oh, also, I've never watched The Biggest Loser. I think I said that in this video, but I think that's also why I just don't understand why everyone hates her. So sorry if she's like deeply problematic. I just don't know.
This contestant in particular had an exceptionally traumatic background. So her mother was a prostitute.
A sex worker, we say now.
Her mother was a sex worker. If that makes you feel
Sex
safer.
worker. Don't worry.
Okay, that's a separate debate. Let's stay on point before we get into all the woke ideology. So,
Bro, back in the day, I'm watching Law and Order SVU again right now. I started from season 1. I think that's like 2002, 2003 or something like that. They don't even say prostitute. They're like, oh yeah, a whore was killed. They don't even, I don't know. Like, we need to relax with all these like word policing, fat-bodied sex worker. God damn, like they used to say way worse. Damn.
her mother used to sleep with men for heroin while she was locked in a closet. And she's gonna go home based on the percentages. I didn't make the game. I don't want her to go home.
Jillian tells a story about one instance where she had to be a hard ass essentially to ensure a contestant wouldn't have to leave the show because she didn't think she would live to 40. And I think she told this to explain why sometimes being a hard ass is needed for some people to succeed.
Long story short, she gets on the ladder. She climbs 15 seconds. Show up the next day. She's like, I got back on the ladder for 15 minutes last night. I was like, that's awesome, dude. And she ended up losing 300 pounds.
Go!
So you may not
Go.
agree with it. But it worked for me and it worked for Shay in that moment. You don't understand that it's a life or death intervention on a ticking clock. You don't understand all the other things I've tried. So I kind of don't care.
And then the lady on the right is like, well, how much did she gain back? And that's not answered, but Jillian says she has a 35% success rate of people keeping off the weight, which results in this conversation.
But if I had a 35% success rate, can you at least concede that maybe I'm doing a little bit better than the norm, than the baseline?
I can agree that the #1 celebrity trainer in the entire world has a success rate. That I can concede
You
to.
said keep it off. They kept it off. I got the weight off.
30% of people that went on a public TV show.
All right, we got to pause there. We are out of time.
My final
I just don't understand this fucking thing. It's making me mad because like anything of substance that is going to come out of the conversation, it just ends or they get voted out. Like why? Why? What is even the point?
Founded claim is that the body positivity movement is fundamentally disempowering.
What form or what do you mean it's disempowering?
Well, I perceive it as follows. First, it's externalized shame, as opposed to appreciating that this is something that does arise within.
Once again, I'm cutting down these clips and summarizing them a little bit because it's just too much. It's too much. And if you want to go see the full thing, look at the full video. I'm summarizing it now.
So it externalizes it first, and then it invalidates it right off the top, right? It's bad, it's evil, it's this, it's that, instead of like, what can we explore, what can we learn here? And then it replaces it with things that I think are platitudes and really difficult to believe. Like like, oh no, I'm perfect, I'm beautiful, this, that. But it's not so easy to just believe those things. There's a lot of work that comes along with believing those things. So it can feel like gaslighting.
Jillian is basically saying that people will blame themselves for getting to the point of obesity and think of themselves in a negative way, and then body positivity aims to reverse those thoughts, but in a way of accepting where you're at instead of loving yourself into changing where you're at. And the thing is, where you're at is objectively unhealthy, which is why it's hard to believe and feels like gaslighting. So she's basically saying, aim to love yourself into changing. That's just how I'm interpreting this.
So the way I would handle shame would be very different than the way I perceive the movement handling shame. So it's, God, give me the strength to accept what I cannot change. Give me the courage to change the stuff I can. And give me the wisdom to know the difference. I don't see 2 and 3 in the movement.
What I think is interesting is like when it comes to fat acceptance, and I know this because like I said, I watch my girls, they react to all sorts of people. And there are so many people in the fat acceptance, body positivity. I don't know if they are together, if they're separate things, I don't know. But people get shamed for losing weight. Like there are so many examples. Angelica Unfiltered, my girl. I don't know if the reason why she started her channel was because of this, but she got canceled on TikTok by fat acceptance people for losing weight. They said, this one chick said that she was dead to her because she was starting to lose weight. And so that's essentially what the fuck goes on in fat acceptance. So I guess I could see this point. I could see both sides to how it would be empowering and disempowering. Disempowering in the sense that if you decide to make a change, you're shamed. Empowering to the point where you can love yourself enough to change. Because really that's what happened to me. I loved myself enough to change.
At my biggest, I was 335, and body positivity has given me the confidence to, in my opinion, appropriately lose weight because I've lost 80 pounds.
That's amazing.
I don't think you have to do that. That's, a personal choice. But I think for me, that body positivity was the one thing that really helped me feel comfortable in my body. And I did it in a way where I appreciated myself.
I'm curious to know how body positivity helped him accept his body and make a change. Like, I know I said, oh, body positivity should mean you love yourself enough to change, and I guess that's the angle that he's taking, but I feel like a lot of stuff on social media about body positivity is more like love yourself and therefore don't change. So I would be curious for him to expand on this and how, what sparked that change? Because like I said, I mean, I'm just repeating myself now, but I feel like a lot of the body positivity is love yourself and do not change.
My concern is that when I've worked with people who are obese or overweight, they feel victimized, but if I cannot show them that where they are now is ultimately their own choosing, then they're fundamentally disempowered to make a different choice. So hear me out on shame for a second. The movement is like, diet culture does this to me. Beauty standards does this to me. Media does this to me. All these different things do this to you. To me, that is a screen. It's a projection.
Jillian then goes on to say that the movement makes it easier to blame things like Victoria's Secret or other external factors that don't matter instead of looking internally and figuring out why a person eats the way they do to end up in a body that is unhealthy, which is disempowering because it makes a person feel helpless, that it isn't something they can change themselves because body positivity says it's due to numerous external factors instead of something within. And I honestly think she was getting somewhere here, but of course the majority ended up voting out once again.
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to...
I just wish these conversations went somewhere.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
Hi. Lovely to meet you.
So you said something about being inherently disempowering because you don't believe you can make changes, right? Am I paraphrasing?
No. I'm suggesting that there is no framework. There's no, now that we've accepted where we are today, what can we take responsibility for and how can we take action?
Sure. So do you understand how weight is interactive and intersectional with all these other identities?
Genuinely, this entire snippet is just buzzwords. I can't even summarize what was said.
You can't go into changing yourself from the expectation that that will make you feel better about anything. And I don't think that our choices to make changes about ourselves reflect more self-love. They can, I think, if you choose to take...
So I don't interrupt you. Please continue.
If you are choosing...
I'll stop because I can pause. Literally, and I'm not even fucking exaggerating, when I decided decided I wanted to lose weight, my thought process after my stomach getting in the way of tying my shoe, it was like right at the time where I came out. I was like 17. And I was like, I want to be a jacked lesbian. That would be so cool. Like, it would be so cool if I was jacked. So like I had a goal to look better. I don't know. Hold on. I don't
think that our choices to make changes about ourselves reflect more self-love necessarily.
No, I knew that I was gonna have more self-love if I was a jacked lesbian, and I do. It didn't mean that I hated myself. Again, I never hated myself when I was fat. I was goated. I honestly had more hate for myself when I was uncontrollably binging. When I was skinnier than my highest weight. Like, I never hated myself for my body. I was more so hating myself for my behavior.
And so the body positivity movement to me is not inherently about taking, diet culture and just saying that is the root of all evil. It amplifies the ways that we have been harmed and feel shame inside.
Talk to me about what you would like to see change.
Diet culture eradicated.
It's not going to though, buddy. And here's the thing.
Okay.
Hear me,
buddy.
This is the world we live in, right?
Diet culture eradicated. What, like, all of this shit is just buzzword soup, and it's not really giving me much to give commentary on because it's all just fluff bullshit. What to you is diet culture? I want to know. Because diet culture could just be like eating high protein, which is good for you. It could be eating healthy, which is good for you. Or it could be the toxic shit, like nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, which, yeah, like that's not good. But just this blanket statement of diet culture, it's just a bunch of nothing. It's all this is a nothing burger. I'm being fed constant nothing burger.
Hi again, I just wanted to expand on this because now I have more thoughts. It's like these people come in with regurgitated thoughts that they had from social media and no core principles. So there's nothing being expanded on, there's no details or anything because all they know is what social media told them and they don't actually have like a core belief. I do believe that this chick believes what she is saying, but I don't think she knows why. Like, if I feel something in my freaking heart to my core, I can on the fly tell you reasons why. I could on the fly tell you reasons why. But like, you guys understand what I'm saying? A lot of these people, it just sounds like I saw this on social media and therefore I believe this, but I don't know why.
That's acceptable. We also live in a world of racism and homophobia. I don't understand.
But all the more to my point, right?
The guy nobody invited? Why are we even talking about racism and homophobia? Like, what are we even fucking talking about anymore?
What I'm telling you is that I don't define my worth on the ways in which external...
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, fully agree with you there.
Because I can't change that. I can change how I respond to it. I can change how I feel about it. But you are trying to change the world because something
I think the world needs to be changed.
And it does, but we can't rely on that for your feeling of well-being.
You're right, but we shouldn't rely on validation that we are thin enough either.
You're right, the world can't be changed, but I want to change the world. But also, we can't rely on thinness. What is even being said? This is why I mean nothing burger, because I actually watched this back, I think 10 times, and I have no idea what argument is being made. If someone could please decipher it for me, let me know. I have no idea what's being said.
Who's relying on that?
Plenty of people.
Do you realize 74% of the country is overweight or obese?
All right, pause. You've been voted out by the majority.
Bro,
to your seat.
This show sucks! Nothing happens. Nothing ever happens.
I'm curious about what your definition of body positivity.
I can't with her again. She's the one that gave me the headache. I think I had to go. I had to go when she came on, please.
You're talking about shame, and I have a little bit different of a definition of body positivity.
Some of yours.
So when I think about the body positivity movement, I actually think about its roots in the fat rights movement, which is where I work.
In the 60s,
right?
yeah.
And when I think about...
The folks who have been using that terminology since the 70s, 80s, 90s.
That long history is actually about body justice.
I know.
It's not just about individual feelings.
Body
It's not just
justice,
about-
body liberation, body sovereignty, body positivity. Son, what do we even talk? Am I just like I have a degree, guys. I graduated college in May. I'm not stupid, but like, I feel stupid because I don't understand what is even being said. I feel like the past like half hour of this entire video is me just being like, what is going on? What is happening? What are they talking about? Because I'm so confused on like what everything actually means. Nothing is being expanded on whatsoever.
My mother-in-law said something to me at dinner, or this guy didn't want to date me because I was fat. It's actually also about things like, do I have access to healthcare, weight neutral healthcare that actually treats my symptoms, not just my body, right?
What,
do I have
like,
access?
What symptoms? I just asked this question, I don't even know. What doctor are you going to? Where, like, yeah, they're gonna tell you to lose weight, but it's like, usually when you have said symptom, it's because you are overweight. I wanna know what the fuck you went to the doctor for that they were like, no fatty, you're so fat and you need to lose weight and I'm not helping you. I wanna know what the fuck doctor is doing that. If it has nothing to do with weight, what doctor is just calling you fatty McFatty and telling you to go and just lose weight and that's it, if it has nothing to do with weight. But I really can't think of many things that have nothing to do with weight. Like, I don't think you go to the dentist and you need to get a tooth pulled and they're like, yeah, but you should also lose weight because, like, that doesn't happen, does it? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just having a lot of trouble understanding.
And so I think about these systemic disenfranchisements and discriminations that happen to people, especially people in larger bodies. Yep. And when I want to embrace body positivity, it's more than just that personal self-esteem piece. Right. But what you seem to be talking about is the personal self-esteem piece. Not true.
Summarizing this once again, because it's just a long explanation of Jillian saying, yeah, I don't think people should be discriminated based on body size, but people have co-opted the movement and it's become harmful. It's basically all that's being said here.
I look at it in its entirety, and there are parts of it that I take umbrage with.
That's how I feel about the health and wellness industry, right?
That's fair.
I look at it in its entirety. There are parts that I take umbrage with.
Hi again. I thought this was interesting because it's like when people are talking about body positivity, it's almost like they don't see any flaws in anything anyone is saying in body positivity. And when this chick is like, yeah, well, that's how I feel about the health and wellness industry. In my head, it's like she's trying to throw a gotcha, but I don't think anyone in the health and wellness industry agrees with everything being said. There's so much discourse in the health and wellness industry of people disagreeing with each other, but in the body positivity industry, it's not an industry, in group, where do you see those people debating? It's just everyone circle jerking each other. So it's like, yeah, there's parts of the body positivity that people are going to agree with and disagree with, but the people within that in-group, where do you see them disagreeing? I don't think I've seen anyone, and I've watched this video twice now because I'm editing it back. Where do you guys see anyone disagreeing who represents body positivity? Where do you see people disagreeing with anything in the movement?
And we know when you introduced yourself, you talked about being a health advocate. Mm-hmm. Does your advocacy include making sure that people are not discriminated against?
Without question.
So how do you do that for people in larger bodies?
Personally, I don't get involved in that kind of policy outside of what I do in relationship to big agriculture, big food, big pharma.
Hold on.
So how do you do that for people in larger bodies?
Well, like, okay, I guess an example I can think of personally is like, I would say 98% of people who are in the health and wellness sector are not going to berate someone who's fat getting into the gym. Like, there is not going to be segregation practiced on a fat person trying to get into the gym. Are there scumbags that are like, what are you even doing here? You're fat? Probably. Like, there's a one-off case for everything. But when I see a fat person in the gym, I'm like, fuck yeah. I would attest to say most people in the space agree. I don't think that fat people are segregated in the gym for being fat. I think it's applauded, and in my experience, it was applauded. I felt nothing but support when I was getting in the gym. Was I morbidly obese? No, but I was packing on some fucking pounds. Okay, I was 200 at 5'6". I had a huge fucking stomach. I hold all my fat in my stomach. So, like, there was no hiding that I was fat, and I literally received nothing but love. For the most part, like on social media when I posted my journey, of course, there were people who were like I would post my full day of eating every day, and I would be like, full day of eating on a cut, and I remember this one comment was, the only thing you're cutting is the line at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, oh, okay. But like, those people all exist on social media. Like, that shit doesn't happen in real life. It really doesn't. I was never shat on at the gym when I was fat that I can think of. I was only applauded. I would be taking flexing videos in the locker room, still overweight, okay? I was still fat, and I would get applauded. Like, I feel like that doesn't really happen that much.
Would you say that it should be against the law to discriminate against people based on their body size?
Unquestionably.
So why don't we see more fitness and wellness advocates asking for that?
I'm happy to ask for it. I'll ask for it right now. I didn't.
But where are they being segregated?
Would you agree with me that your industry is not like, we don't see a bunch of fitness professionals coming out and being like, hey, we should actually talk more about the way that people are discriminated against, instead of, hey, we should actually talk about how those people should lose weight if they don't want to be discriminated
Absolutely
against.
fair point.
Okay, so the only other thing I can think of where like fat people are discriminated is the whole airplane seat debacle, where it's like, if you're fat, you need to buy 2 seats. If you are spilling over into someone else's seat, you need to buy 2 seats. But that is not coming from discrimination. That is coming from, I don't want someone spilling into my seat. In my head, discrimination would be like, just for the fun of it, telling a fat person they need to buy 2 seats. You know, like there's no basis behind it. Actual segregation during fucking Jim Crow, when shit was black and white only, black bathrooms and white bathrooms, there was literally no fucking reason for that other than racism. It was ridiculous. There was no basis whatsoever other than racism and segregation. With fat people, the airplane thing is not because, oh, you're fat, so you need this just because you're fat. Like, no, it's because you're spilling over into someone's seat and you're affecting someone else. And maybe that's not what they're talking about. I don't know, because no one's providing any examples to anything. Where are the examples? How are fat people being discriminated? I'm genuinely asking, because I'm here trying to pull examples out of my butt because no one's saying anything specific.
Thank you. Will you contact your representative and say it to them?
Right, you're looking at her. I'm right here. I'll help, girl.
Y'all heard it right here. Jillian Michaels said, I will contact my representative.
Girl, I'm right here. I'll give you my cell phone.
All right,
Let's
pause.
But what of what? Of what?
Say it to them.
Am I
Those people should
tripping?
lose weight if they don't want to be discriminated against.
Absolutely fair point.
But how are they being discriminated? Please.
Will you contact your representative?
So
here.
There's no example of fat people being discriminated. What is this debate? What is even happening? There's no examples of anything. I'm really, like, I'm racking my brain right now trying to think of, because to me, discrimination is like, you're not hired based on something. You don't get something that someone else would get just because of a certain trait that you have. And I just can't think of where fat people are discriminated. Like, fat people don't need to use a different bathroom. They don't need to use different water fountains. They don't need to, they just need to buy 2 airplane seats if they're spilling over. Please help me out, guys, because I can't think of anything.
All right,
Let's
pause. Tigress has won her section of
Tigress
the
has
debate.
won!
I guess, bro.
Hi, my name is Rachel.
Nice to meet you, Rachel.
I think they are fucking LARPing this chair run thing. I think it's like, in between these cuts, it's like, all right, you're gonna run up. Because like no one else is even trying.
A little bit of background on me first. I'm a personal trainer. I would consider myself a advocate for the body positivity movement, not particularly an activist, but somebody who supports all bodies being in the fitness industry.
Well, yes.
Back at it again with another summary, because quite literally 4 minutes went by of this conversation without me adding any commentary. Because honestly, say it with me at this point, guys, we're being served a fresh plate of nothing burger with buzzword fries. Holy shit. It's basically just Jillian repeating her point about why she thinks body positivity is disempowering, and then this chick is just like, love yourself, go. Like, no one's saying no.
But have you ever been in a bigger body?
Yeah, I was 175 pounds at 13, 5 feet tall.
Ooh.
Okay. I also was overweight previously. Like, when everybody's telling you that
you were just overweight, that's it? Obese.
Also, hi queen, your prejudice is showing. I thought we weren't allowed to say overweight. Over what weight? Am I right, ladies? Am I muted?
You have to like love yourself. You have to invite love into the space.
How?
By looking at yourself in the mirror and telling yourself, I'm beautiful.
It's not gonna work, kid.
It does
That's
work.
an SNL skit.
Positive affirmations. Like, we're like, no. This is like real. Like how
Positive
we speak.
affirmation
how
is
we
like
speak
dealing with a bullet wound with a Band-Aid.
Okay.
Once again, this girl is just talking about self-love and anti-shame, even though Jillian is not encouraging shame. She just believes that people in the body positivity movement join because of shame and then do not know how to deal with that shame, which is therefore disempowering. That is how I'm interpreting it. But again, nothing is happening.
I'm saying that the
I'm like,
suggest.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just going on my freaking phone because I'm bored. I'm bored. These conversations, nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. It's all just like, it's fluff. There's no debate occurring.
You address shame by externalizing it. Diet culture made me feel this way.
Okay,
Capitalism made me feel this way.
Not diet culture. Bye-bye. Body positivity. I'm a woman with a baby. I am 6 months postpartum.
Okay.
Body positivity is for me too.
The people in this debate are not listening. Jillian is repeating herself once again that people are externalizing their shame, saying it's due to diet culture, not something that happened within them. We've already heard this like 2 or 3 times already, but this person so reactive upon her saying diet culture, and she relates it back to herself, and you will see in the next clip, she just totally misinterprets what Jillian is trying to say. And that is why these conversations are going absolutely nowhere.
I have loose skin on my stomach. I don't look the same as I did before I had a child. I gained 70 pounds and had to work to lose it because that was my choice. And I wanted to move my body to feel better. So body positivity is not diet culture.
Like, just no one is listening. It's an example of what people in body positivity use to externalize. So she used diet culture as an example, and then right after she said diet culture, she said capitalism. And then this girl cut her off and then went on that whole tangent that had nothing to do with anything being said.
Diet culture made me feel this way.
Okay,
Capitalism made me feel this way.
Not diet culture. Bye-bye. Body positivity. I'm a woman with a baby.
Like, remember like a half hour before in this video, she came up with multiple examples. Victoria's Secret, the media, TV shows, stuff like that.
Diet culture does this to me. Beauty standards does this to me. Media does this to me. All these different things do this to you.
This is just insane. There's no debate. It's just person A, person B, having their own conversations.
There's like more bodies that fit into this umbrella that you're talking about than just like, oh, big people. Oh,
I'm not saying that there aren't.
Then what is this diet? Like, why diet culture? Like, why is that the first thing that rings your bell? Like when you think of that?
It's not the first thing that rings my bell, but what I'm suggesting is that very often.
What's the first thing you think of?
Yup, like what even is this conversation? I'm skipping forward because guess what? Guess what? They run out of time and nothing happens.
So
All right, boss, we're out of time. Great job, everybody, so far. We have 10 minutes for one final debater, so look around the room and select somebody who you would like to
Please don't be the blonde woman, please.
Like maybe who you think you haven't finished the conversation with, or you think they challenged you in a way that you want to keep moving.
I want to talk about the genetics piece. Come on. Okay.
Oh, her? No, I thought she was pointing at my girl.
Is that
I thought she was pointing at my girl.
Shame is far more dangerous than body positivity.
I don't
Shame is far more dangerous than body positivity. Of course. What?
I disagree with how it handles shame.
Let's talk about the show.
Okay.
Tell me more about your, I guess, tactics or who Jillian Michaels is to the world.
I can't describe who Jillian Michaels is to the world. I'm something to everybody.
I mean, how do you raise your kids? You use fear and shame to raise them?
Does it seem like I use fear and shame to raise them?
Yeah, because you talk about using fear and shame.
I don't talk about, first of all, that is a life or death intervention on a ticking clock.
Did she not explain that like thoroughly why she did that? Did she not say that the chick wouldn't get on the ladder for 4 hours? I'm so confused.
And see a life or death need for an intervention right now. Be honest.
Yeah.
You might.
I do.
Bro, this shit just made me laugh out loud. Yeah. I do. She just politely called you deathly big.
We don't have a ticking clock, which means that if you chose to reach out to me,
we're all on a ticking clock.
Not in the way that you go home in a week, dude. In the way that I get 6 days to try to figure out, to try to help you.
Okay,
that's
you're back to the
different.
show now. The ticking clock.
I thought we were talking about. Well, you're
genuinely the next minute or so of this conversation is just constant misinterpretation of what Jillian is saying. This is such a doozy to end off with. Just wait.
Parenting and Biggest Loser, there's no parallel.
Okay, so shame. Shaming someone. So like,
I didn't say it's okay to shame someone. I'm telling you that the utilization of these emotions, I'm telling you that shame is a signal.
but shame from the world. Like any shame I've felt from, okay, we'll start here.
Shame from the world. You're externalizing shame, which is exactly what I don't agree with.
Okay, Jillian just explained for a 5th time in this debate. She means externalizing shame. How will this lady interpret it? Let's see.
And you're saying that I've externalized it by carrying it on my body as well.
No, I'm saying
that's a little bit of what you said earlier about the trauma is externalized.
Well, that would be utilizing your body as a container to manage emotion.
Like, genuinely, what are we talking about? When did she say that the shame is in your fat? As like a metaphor. I can't do this anymore.
So I'm not talking about shaming someone. I fundamentally disagree with that concept. I'm talking about the shame that is already there.
The body shot is crazy. Like, the body shot is actually crazy.
Externalizing it. I'm talking about appreciating the fact that, like, okay, this is arising from within me. Where is this coming from and why?
Okay, if you don't know what Jillian's trying to say at this point, the example she's about to give is gonna be what makes it click. And then this woman has the most obnoxious reaction, unfortunately.
Can I give you an example? I'm a shitty parent, I'm not there for you. Instead of you saying, oh my God, my mom was never available, I didn't get what I needed, we then internalize that and go, it must be because I'm not good enough. Not because mommy is unavailable due to her own limitations. Instead, it gets internalized, and that is what becomes toxic shame.
Pretty solid example, right? Surely a productive conversation is going to come from this example, right?
Feeling those feelings, which really sucks and really hurts, which is why people have defense structures, coping mechanisms, so on and so forth. The way through that, you feel it, and then after you explore it, then we can implement.
Await release.
No,
my trauma.
No, a perspective
I've released
shift.
it, and therefore then I will be thin.
A perspective shift. And a big
Why is she so fucking obnoxious? What the actual fuck? All these people, they're literally looking for a fight. Is this the chick that I said was the meme? Because again, like, what the fuck is happening? This is the most unproductive nonsense video. I'm gonna read the comments after because this is ridiculous.
Yes, of course. I've been desperate my entire life to change my behaviors and shift my this and change my eating.
And buy Factor and go on a diet and sign up for the trainer and go to the gym and do the thing and pay thousands of dollars and get the Peloton and go to SoulCycle.
Why? Why? Calorie deficit.
Yes.
Jillian Michaels is saying she wants a seat at the table. She's gonna go to Southwest with Tigress and say, fat people deserve 2 seats. Don't charge them extra. Let them on the plane, bitch.
Oh, I was right. Oh, I was right about the plane seat thing. No, I don't think that you're entitled to 2 seats. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call a representative too and say, I'm Jillian Michaels. I'm Jillian Michaels and I say they have to pay for 2 seats. Like, what? You know that also, like, roided up bodybuilders also pay for 2 seats, right? Like, it's not just a fat person thing. It is a larger bodied individual thing. Like, why? If you're spilling into someone's seat, why do you not have to buy 2? I want to know that. I want to know that. Like, it's like a tall person. A tall person, they can't even change that shit. A tall person is just spawn point tall, and they have to buy extra leg room, they have to buy an exit row so they can fit in the fucking seat comfortably. It's just how it is. But the thing is, you are eating yourself to that point where you are spilling over into a fucking seat. Even when I was my biggest, I wasn't worried about fitting into a seat, so it gets to a point, right? So if you're spilling into someone's seat and Southwest comes through and they're like, hey, you gotta buy that shit. That is no one's fault but your own. That is not segregation. It's simply not segregation. Give me a fucking break.
Nabisco and say, stop putting this shit in the food because, Jillian, I like the food in Europe. I like the makeup in Europe even better.
I have been doing the Nabisco part. The
so
Southwest part is a bit of a separate conversation, but the Nabisco part I've been doing.
Conversations. I think you're coming to the table to say,
whether or not, it's just like Oprah. We acknowledge our part in diet culture and whatever, like, let's make the change. Just blame it on the bad guys.
Genuinely, what are we even talking about? What?
Body positivity is what we're talking about. I think we have turned to body positivity because of the shame. Because maybe you don't know you're on a diet till you're like 6. And then you go to your aunt's house who's like, anything you want right here. what do you want at the grocery store? We'll get you whatever. What did I want? I wanted Yoo-hoo like everybody else.
Like, she's not wrong here at all. A lot of people will have food issues because their parents restrict them super young, but it's like, you're 40 now? It might be time to try and solve those conflicts that you have, and you self-admittedly have shame from that, which is Jillian's whole claim. Like, her whole thing is, you have shame from an internal wound, which makes you overeat. Let's address it.
Because I wasn't allowed to have Yoo-hoo. I wasn't allowed to have a ding dong. When I came home and I said, I want ding dongs in my lunch. You know what my mom bought me? Low-fat ding dongs. And low-fat
This is the clip that I reacted to already. What's wrong with a low-fat ding dong? I was gonna make a joke,
I've got a low-fat ding dong right here.
but I'm not going to because I'm better than that. But like, what? She didn't say, here's a fucking Clementine fat daughter. She said, here's a low-fat ding dong. Like, I feel like that's not even that bad.
In foil. So everybody knows they're fucking low. It's not a fucking ding. I want the foil. I want the foil. So she's acting out of her trauma. Now I'm just like, I didn't choose to be here.
Ding
and now
dong,
I'm like,
ding dong
literally
trauma.
This woman is crying as I get off the plane from the Yoo-hoo trip because I had gained so much weight. My grandparents had to buy me new clothes.
You gained weight from the Yoo-hoo trip? How long was this trip?
That offered me the Yoo-hoo and said, it's right here, honey, and you don't have to ask anybody when you want one. She knew. She knew I was being restricted at 6 years old. And that is why at 26...
Okay, I totally forgot. This is my first time watching this back. I forgot she was 26. I am sorry for calling her 40. But shouldn't that be a sign to lose weight? Sorry.
When you hear about body positivity...
26. You are 26?
And you're like, well, I've been...
Please. This woman is 3 years older than me?
For like 20 years.
There's
Maybe
no
there's
way.
more to life than trying
There's actually
to
no
lose
way.
weight. That's what body positivity has given me.
There's no way.
I'll finish. My point is, body positivity actually came to me. You know what I was doing on YouTube? My first YouTube video is me doing the master cleanse and showing people how to cut the lemons and put their maple syrup in. But then body positivity came and said, hey, you should be talking about plus size fashion.
It sounds to me like you're still contending with a lot.
I'm contending with a society that every day, every minute of the day tells me not only I have to buy a product to be thinner, I have to take it.
Oh, like literally, please just eat in a calorie deficit. Please. You don't need to buy these things. Like, I understand, of course, I'd be promoting shit. Not like fucking snake pill shit, but like, I know you've seen my TikTok shop ads, okay? Cream of rice for pre-workout carbs, protein powder that tastes good. Like, I love selling things that I use. And of course, there's people out there that sell bullshit. Like my sister, bro, sorry I'm airing you out, but I have 3, so you don't even know which one it is. She sent me some fucking drink that's being promoted on TikTok shop literally before I started recording this video. And she was like, I just got this off TikTok shop. Do you think it would help with like food cravings and stuff, or is it bullshit? And I said, sweetheart, that is bullshit. Like, wait till I come home. Wait till I come home. I'll teach you the ways, okay? But yeah, there's a bunch of bullshit being sold, but like, just because in every industry there is bullshit. In every fucking industry, there are sleazebags who try to take advantage of people. Where there's money, there are sleazebags, okay? But acting like health and wellness is bad because there's bad people that promote bad things is not the conclusion that you should come to. It's not the only way to lose weight. Just because you have snake oil salesmen trying to peddle you bullshit doesn't mean that the right choice is not losing weight. And just eating whole foods, eating in a calorie deficit. It's literally that fucking simple. It is not, you do not need to buy a bunch of products to do it. You don't, you really don't. I didn't buy shit until like year 3. Like I had like 2 protein powders. Now that I'm influencer mode, I know you see my fucking apartment. It's ridiculous. I have so much stuff, but that's because I love it. I love like having my favorite things on deck. I love having different protein powder flavors, but you don't need that by any means to sustain a healthy lifestyle whatsoever.
GLP-1. Serena Williams is selling me a GLP-1. Jillian, that's problematic.
But listen.
Disguised research code, Loon.
Will you listen? You're still externalizing the wound. I don't care about Serena Williams. I couldn't.
Serena Williams, that's been.
Mama, who gives a fuck?
Because Jillian,
she's not.
When you're fat,
Look
when
at
you
me.
no. But when I am getting a GLP-1 ad every time I open any app on my phone, watch the TV, drive down the
for that.
Why don't you take a GLP-1? Why not? Literally, why not? Why not dabble and see how you would feel as you begin to lose weight. Oh wait, why am I not out of breath walking up the stairs? Hold on now. Wait, why does my knee hurt less? Wait, hold on now. Why do I feel less lethargic? Ooh, I don't know. And then I think endurance would cover it. At your weight, I'm just saying.
Imagine in my position, Jillian.
Yes. Or disguise research code LOON type ship.
I went 6 months where every waking hour, including the 3 a.m. pee, my mind said, should I go on a GLP-1? Should I go on a GLP-1? Should I go on a GLP-1? Would you call that food noise? What do you call that?
You tell me.
I call it fucked up. I
call it fucked up.
Because I'm over here like, I own a plus size fashion store. I look like the first fucking fat housewife of Beverly Hills. I'm fucking gorgeous. I got they, thems, he's, she's.
Okay, so if you are so gorgeous and you are so whatever, then why are you counting sheep with should I go on a GLP-1? I feel like you just totally contradicted yourself. If you love how you look and you don't, if you love being fat, then why did you count sheep with GLP-1? I'm so confused.
Coming out of my ears. I can fuck anybody on the street, but this world.
You can fuck anybody on the street. What is happening?
That I need to shrink myself. That there's a thin woman within waiting to get out.
Can I say something?
I think I ate her.
Can I say something?
I don't think she's here.
Say something? Back up, okay? Tell me how the world makes you feel.
I constantly feel like I have to be smaller.
I have to be quieter. I have to be more submissive in my marriage.
I have to shrink my body to fit on a plane. I have to have a
you
bigger
do
car because I need
like a little bit. Like you can still be a big beautiful woman, okay? You can still, but if you are spilling into a plain seat, that is a larger issue, no pun intended, thank you. I was obese and I still fit in the goddamn seat. I'm not saying that airplane seats are this luxurious item of comfort, but give me a break. If you can't fit in a seat, that should be a wake-up call. Come on, bro.
I need to go to a special store, or actually even better, order it online. Makes me feel like
circumstances.
Shit. Makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel like I can't go to the mall and spend my money.
It makes you feel how
you can though.
Devalue.
In 2010, maybe not, but like, come on. I know they got the mannequins now they got the plus size mannequins now. What? Like you don't only have to go to Torrid.
Okay, stop. When's the first time you felt that way?
8.
When was it when your mom put you on a diet? You said 6.
I mean, after that Yoo-hoo incident, it was a real.
Did that make you feel the way you're currently describing?
No, I didn't know what was. At 6 years old, it's like I knew the ding dong was different because it didn't have the foil, but I didn't understand.
I know, because it becomes.
Wait, so did you know the ding dong was different based off taste? Because if not, mom was low-key cooking, getting the low-fat ding dong. I'm team low-fat ding dong. I'm team low-fat ding dong.
There have always been fat people.
Hold on.
And there always will be. We
will not be eradicated and we're not going anywhere. That's where it's at. We've reclaimed the word. You don't have to do this anymore.
You can say bigger bodied. You can say fat. Okay. I want to ask you right now to stop using obese and be a part of that.
Fat?
Obese is a slur.
I've always thought that calling.
But in our society, it's the worst thing you can be.
So you're saying fat is the worst thing you can be. So is
That's
this
what
like
our society projects.
But so you
the world is telling us we have to change.
Listen to me. Stop making it about the world. Because if you cannot stop listening.
Literally, why are we... If you speak to anyone who has lost a significant amount of weight, everyone talks about how much better they feel. And like, yes, of course the world treats you better because it is a beauty standard to not be fat. Even though 75% of the country is overweight or obese, it's still like sought after, unless you're a chubby chaser, to find someone who is a healthy weight. And so therefore people just treat you better. It's just this, it's how it works. That's looksism as a whole. Like if you're chopped shit, even if you're thin, you're still gonna get treated differently. That's just how it is. Is it right? No, but it's just how it is. But like, honestly, most people, the first thing they talk about when losing weight is that they feel better mentally and physically. I think the people treat me better is a secondary thing when asked. Any person who's lost a significant amount of weight, you go up to them, I guarantee you no one's first answer is like, oh, I did it so people would treat me better. Like, of course, there's people who have been bullied for their weight, but I still think it has more to do with how you feel internally than what other people think. Are there one-off cases? Yeah, of course, there's probably people who only did it because they wanted people to treat them better. But it is not the majority, I'll tell you that much.
Dude, but what we can change is how we respond to the world. What I think you're doing, okay, with the world, is reenacting this
She mad at everything.
you have from being very young. And I don't think it's healthy for you because it keeps you pretty angry all the time, it seems like.
Oh, you don't know me well. I'm not an angry person. I think in this context,
regardless of if she's angry or not all the time, she is definitely angry whenever the topic of weight or being fat comes up, even though she's in body positivity. And I'm telling you, if you were to lose weight, it would be one less problem and one less thing to be stressed about, regardless of your feeling on the matter. You don't have to think about if clothes are gonna fit you. You don't have to think about literally anything. Like, once you lose weight, so many problems that you had when you were fat just go away.
it's harmful to say that the world doesn't have an impact on why people want to be on a show that's about weight loss.
I think that people want to be on a show that's about weight loss because they want to lose weight.
I think it's because everyone has told us we have to lose weight. If your friends are at a burger joint, you're the one getting the salad because you know you should restrain from the burger, even though we're at a burger place, because
why should you restrain from the burger?
No. Your friends are gonna think you're performative as hell. You're big ass getting a fucking salad. I know that's not happening. And honestly, I want you to embrace who you are. Get that burger. Everyone would know that you're LARPing. You do not, that does not happen. Please give me a break.
I don't owe anybody my health.
Do you want to be healthy?
I am healthy. I'm healthy for me. And this
For
is
now.
what healthy for me
Okay,
looks like.
can I ask you this? If I sent you to a doctor who ran a full comprehensive blood panel, if there were biomarkers,
Yeah, there would be some fatty liver stuff coming up.
Is
Numbers, the
fatty
data.
liver
Sure.
healthy?
But thin people get fatty liver.
You just said, yeah, sure, if I ran a blood panel, there'd probably be some shit in there. But it could happen to thin people. Bro, what? People who haven't smoked a cig a day in their life can get lung cancer. But who is more likely to get lung cancer? The person who chain smokes or the person who doesn't smoke? This is just straight cope. I actually don't understand how she could possibly watch this video back and not be like, damn, I contradicted myself so many times.
They're far less inclined.
We're out of time. I have to stop there. Thanks for sharing your story. I really do think that was valuable.
Oh, okay. There's a little bit more.
You know what? I really appreciate everybody showing up. I really appreciate them sharing their stories.
I think she is really limited in what she sees the movement as. You gotta,
Is the blonde
you
lady
gotta
showing up?
believe
I
your-
don't know what exactly she's totally talking about, but she is confident.
Okay, I can't anymore with this. Like, no one's telling you to do that. I want to read the comments is what I would like to do. The O word. Yes, fat-bodied is more offensive than obese. Like, if someone was calling me obese when I was obese, I'd be like, okay, they're just calling it how it is. If someone was like, oh, she's fat-bodied, they're getting backhanded. They're actually getting backhanded. Like, what do you mean I'm fat-bodied? Like, to me, body positivity is being okay with stretch marks, cellulite, acne, saggy breasts, normal changes that happen when we get older. Being overweight or underweight by choice is not body positivity. I agree with this. Yeah. You could still be body positive though, but body positive, again, to not fucking hate yourself and then change your body. Love the body you are in while you work for the body you want. Yes. That's literally like, that's all that had to happen in this video. This video was honestly, yes, this wasn't a debate. This was a therapy session, but honestly a very lackluster one. That video, I think it was a missed opportunity for a much more in-depth conversation. I don't know how these videos usually go. Obviously, I'm not a reaction channel. Maybe I am now, unless you guys hated that. I don't know. Please let me know what you guys think of me doing reaction content. I feel like I could do better if I actually like found content myself. Maybe if I didn't go in blind, I don't know. But like, I don't know. This video was just horrid in my opinion, and I don't think that anything productive even happened. Everyone left that thinking they were correct. I don't think anyone that went up to the debate has had their mind changed whatsoever. I don't know. Anyways, guys, we're so back, I think. We're so back. I'm so out of it right now because I just reacted for 3 trillion hours to this horrid video. But yeah, just let me know how you think of me doing reaction content. I'm working on 2 other vlogs. Let me know if you guys want me to react to anything else. Like, just let me know what you want to see more of from me. As always, you can use code LOON on all the links in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Use code LOON at Torrid.